Jacob, what was it like immediately after? I'm just trying to get some of the reaction that you received for the goal. Garrison was saying your phone was blowing up as expected. What were some of the things or people you heard from because that goal had such an impact nationwide?
Yeah, I just had a lot of support, from friends and family. It was really great to hear from, a lot of people from my childhood, people from, recent that I've met. And so, just to have a collection of people supporting me is super special.
Anyone stand out? Like, were there any surprise reactions you got from somebody that you hadn't heard from, or?
No, I think maybe like childhood neighbors and, people that I grew up like around when I was super young, elementary school, that I haven't heard from in forever that were reaching out. So that was really special to me. Really cool.
What does you started the opener, and then Troy has to come to you and say, look, you had a good game, the opener, you set up a goal, we're going with Stroud because he's back from injury. How do you handle that emotionally and psychologically?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's, the main goal for the team is to get 3 points. So whether I'm asked to be a starter, asked to come off the bench, asked to stay on the bench, whatever it is, I have to do it, and I have to do it to the best of my ability, because I want the team to succeed. At the end of the day, if we make the playoffs, if we're winning games, that's what I want. So, obviously I want to push for a starting spot consistently, and I want to be in the lineup every single week. But if my name isn't called, support Jared to the highest level, support whoever is in front of me to the highest level, support the team to the highest level, and then when I'm asked to play, try and make my mark on the game.
Not to take away from a moment, but I understood you were somewhat disappointed it wasn't a game winner. That was still your philosophy about the result.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, we're in Chicago. I think it's a game that we can win with the way that we played. We are a little bit, I guess we took a few shortcuts on defensive set pieces. That's how they scored their 2 goals. And, the rest of the game we're really in control. And, I think that we create enough chances to maybe win the game. And, Chris Brady stood on his head. But, for that goal to be a tying game winner or tying goal rather than a game winner is something that is, frustrating for me. But, I want to win the game at the end of the day.
I'm not taking away from
Yeah, for sure.
What gives you the confidence to try that in the 96th minute? Where did that come from?
I think that, my teammates give me a lot of support, and, they give me full confidence, and, Aaron plays this great ball in, and it's kind of there for me, and it's the 96th minute, and, we need something to happen. We need some magic, and, why not? Just go for it, and, it comes off, and I'm happy that it did.
Walk me through, tell me if I'm accurate here, is you were the first person to sprint after, you had the brake on it. You also had to know behind you a regular bicycle kick is going to get blocked, and you looped it into the far corner. Was that all going through your mind as you were going through the process?
Yeah, I think you see things, and at the end of the day, it flies into the far corner. I'm kind of framing my body to try and get it to that back post. If it doesn't fly in the far corner, maybe someone's there to head it in. My intent is to put it on goal and score a goal. And, for it to fly in the top corner is super exciting, But at the end of the day, I can't say that, I perfectly intended to loop it right over his head into the top corner. I'm trying to put as good of a surface on the ball as I can, and it, flies into the goal. Yep.
Where have you seen, or what did you feel like after last year that you had to improve or push coming into your second year?
As a group or as
personally? What did you, I guess, learn from your rookie year that you needed to then apply to the off season and into the second season?
Yeah, I think that last year, I created some chances to score. My expected goals was at a good level, and, I want to increase that this season, but maybe the finishing wasn't always there, or like the final action wasn't always there for the goal contributions, for the assists, the goals to set up, moments to support guys around me. And I think that's something that I worked on heavily in the offseason, just cleaning up some of my touches, cleaning up some of my finishes, and, I'm excited to display it as much as I can this year.
You grew up in the same town your whole year?
Yes.
Yeah. And did you play lacrosse like your parents did?
I didn't. No, I played baseball growing up. Yeah,
Really?
I was a baseball player. Yeah.
They didn't push lacrosse on you?
No. My whole family played lacrosse. Grandparents, uncles.
Yeah.
parents, everybody played lacrosse, but I was a baseball kid.
Because I know your dad played at Salisbury.
Correct.
And they were Division III
Correct.
power. Did he win the national championship there?
No,
or
no, he did not. My uncle did.
Oh, your uncle?
Yeah.
At Salisbury?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So everyone's lacrosse.
Yeah. Everyone was. My uncle was a goalie, so yeah.
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 And what position did your dad play?
My dad was in tackling.
Attack?
Yeah.
And your mom played at JMU?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was
She
her
was an attacker. She was a goal scorer.
Was
Goal
she
scorer.
good?
Yeah, she was really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nice. Well, do they come down to most games, I assume?
Yeah, they're at every game. Yeah.
And for you, going to McDonough, you were there 4 years or more?
Correct. Yeah, 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years.
That was a commute, right?
Yeah, so my freshman year, sophomore year, my mom would drive me 30 minutes to the bus stop, and then the bus would take me the rest of the way. And then my junior year was COVID, so we were all virtual. And then my senior year, I lived on campus at McDonough.
Right. And what were your other choices besides Georgetown?
I mean, I was really, Georgetown was the main one I was talking to. I was in talks with Maryland, UPenn, American, a little bit with UMBC. So Georgetown was the main one. They were the first one to, offer me. So.
And then after sophomore year, there was the opportunity, and DC drafted you. And then how much did it weigh on you whether to stay or go?
Yeah, it was a tough decision. To be honest with you, it was back and forth with Coach Weiss at Georgetown, and here with DC, trying to figure out what was best for me. And DC came forward with the 3-year contract, and that was something that I didn't want to turn down. I think that was a really good opportunity for me to get my feet wet and hit the ground running, but then also get some time to gain comfort in the league and get a better understanding of the speed of play, the things that I needed to do to adapt my game with a little bit of stability within a 3-year contract.
And I'm not just asking this because I obviously have an affiliation with the Blues, but how important was that summer?
Yeah,
To
100%.
launch your pro career?
Yeah, no, playing in front of the Blues fans, 8,000 fans a game, that was super important for me, coming in as a pro. I wasn't just starstruck, by the fans, the lights, how loud it was. This was something that summer with the Blues that I was able to gain a little bit of comfort, because I remember my first time going out with the Blues. It was nerve-wracking as could be, and, I was scared. And with DC, I was still scared. It's still, my professional debut, that type of stuff. But the experience that I had in the summer with the Blues definitely helped mitigate some of those nerves.
It's a fun summer.
Yeah, really fun summer.
And on the back of that, just speaking on the fans, I've been around you enough to know how complimentary you are towards the Chico stand. Going into this game this Saturday, how important is it for you guys as a team to feed off that energy from the crowd?
Yeah, I think it's super important for us. If we can get as big of a crowd as possible to push us and get behind us. We have 2 draws on the season so far, and I think that this game is a game that we 100% can win, and I think with the support of the fans, they'll push us forward to get a result.
Steve?
I know this is kind of a strange question, but with the pronunciation of your last name, do people butcher it all the time, or is that something your whole life you'd have to correct?
Yeah. No, it's always been Murrell. Even my best friends from high school will call me Murrell, even though it is Murrell, but it's just kind of my freshman year at McDonough, I was Murrell, and I've been Murrell throughout high school, so it kind of just stuck as Murrell, but it's pronounced Murrell, yes.
Yeah. No, that's funny.
Yeah.
Because it's the spelling and everything.
Mhm.
It
Yep.
seems like,
Yeah.
Ryan, you have some on Zoom?
Yep, we'll go to Donald Wine.
Thank you. And hey, Jacob, thanks for your time today. I asked Troy this question. I'll ask you the same thing. Of course, the goal last weekend, at least amongst the fans, the word Puskas has been thrown around, Puskas Award. First of all, how cool is it? How does it feel to get that kind of goal and be to have people think of it as one of the best in the world for an entire year?
Hey, Donald. Yeah, no, it's super exciting, super cool. I was just happy that, to help the team in the best way possible, help us get the result on the road. And, with all the added media and spotlight, it's, super exciting for me. But at the end of the day, it's a goal. It's one goal. And so we need to keep building on it, hopefully more goals to come in the coming weeks and turn those draws into wins.
And when you have something like that, I mean, I've never had a worldie, but when you have a goal of that, where you kind of replay it over and over in your mind, how hard is it to kind of push that aside and then say, okay, hey, we got another game ahead of us. Let me get back focused.
Yeah, I think it's really just trying to find the best balance as possible. So, on Sunday after the game, we were completely off, so I was able to take that day, enjoy the goal, recover my body. But then when we come back in on Monday, it's back to work, focus on Kansas City, getting our first win of the season. So trying to have the best balance as possible of enjoying the moment and understanding that it was a super special goal, but then also understanding that there's more to work for and build towards this upcoming week.
How do you, as you approach the game this weekend, you had an assist in the first game, you had the goal in the second game, and obviously you've been playing nice soccer as of late. What about it that this season so far for you has clicked? Is there something that in your preparation or what you've seen on the field that's allowed you to be as successful as you are so far?
Yeah, I think it's just an understanding of how my teammates play. More so, we've had a year under our belt now, playing around a lot of the same attacking guys, and a year with the coaching staff now and a year in the league too. Just to be able to, get used to the level, the speed of play, all that stuff. And then I put in a lot of work in the off season, with Danny Sheargold, to work physically on my body to try and be at the highest level as I can. But yeah, I think it's a collection of things, the comfort with the staff, the comfort with the level of play, and then comfort with my teammates and understanding different movements and different tendencies.
Great. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Next, we'll go to Dennis Gomez.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Jacob, for speaking with us. I have a quick question for you. Nationally or internationally, who is your role model in the football world?
Hey Dennis. So growing up, it was always Ronaldo. I'm a big Ronaldo fan. I've always loved his work rate, his passion, and then more recently, I've loved watching Holland. He's just a goal scoring machine, and he's just, he just always finds a way to score goals. He's always in the right spots. His movement, he's just a beast. So I like watching those two players. Probably the best.
And just as a follow-up, what are the emotions in the locker room leading up to the game against Kansas City?
Yeah, I think that there's a group that understands that we've put in a few good performances, but we're lacking in a few areas. And if we can clean up those areas, that we're going to have a really good chance to win on the weekend. So I think we're excited to get back out and, clean up the defensive set pieces and some of the turnovers that we've had. And at the end of the day, anything to get 3 points on the weekend.